Welcome back to another video, everybody. Hope you all had a quality New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. But today I'm going to be talking about what, in my opinion, and yes, there will be disagreements in the comments, I can guarantee that, what my opinion of the best CT setup for Train is. So lots of newer players are scared off from Train just because it's either regarded as, I've heard it be, this is such a T-sided map, or this is such a CT-sided map, and in reality it's neither. It really depends on what it's, well, like how you play it and who you're playing against. In professional levels, yes, it leans towards the CT side, but in pug and matchmaking levels, it really doesn't matter. It depends on what kind of fraggers you have and what kind of strats you're running, and of course what CT setup you have. So the easiest way to guarantee that you're going to lose Train is first, if you only play 3 people on A gun rounds. That's a good way to lose. Especially, well, unless like they've been sending people B every single round and they've like taken it every single time, and you've already switched out your solo B player, and it's just not working. Then yes, in 2B, but if you're at the start of the game playing 2B in a gun round, that's an easy way to lose CT side. Also, if you don't have anybody really watching a ladder, and the easiest way to have nobody watching a ladder is if you have 3 people A and you have a opper in Z who is going to only op T-con. He'll call, well, nobody can really hit this shot unless you're a professional player, unless they jiggle PQ2. If they're just jumping over to Olaf, you're probably not going to be able to hit him. You might, well, at least kill him. You might hit him through the through the train, but you're not going to be able to kill him. So they're only good for info saying, hey, there's one Olaf, and then they swing out here and they're up ladder and you die. So an opper just playing like this, absolutely horrible. And then you have an Ivy player as your second player on A, and he's just chilling like this. He might be playing a bit back Ivy just because he knows we don't have too much control there, so he's playing a bit back because if you do play Ivy like this, you are exposed. So he's just chilling, you know. That's perfectly fine. That's how you're supposed to play Ivy. You're maybe like smoke it deep or something, and then your third player is playing here or playing camera. But he most likely will have an op. If he doesn't, he has an M4, and he's going to be playing, you know, sandwich area, not really too close to ladder, so he can't do too much for that. He's just mostly watching Olaf and killing these people here. So that's the easiest way to lose CT side. And the easiest way to win CT side, where the hell? There we go. The easiest way to win CT side is just by having somebody either play E-box or in ladder. The reason why that was the easiest way to lose is just because if they swing out ladder, if they put 2 down ladder, you have 1 player hiding in Z who is most likely not going to challenge people running up, so he's going to fall back. And your next 2 players are here. One is going to be deep Ivy, so he won't be making too much noise. Then you have 1 player green train, who maybe will get a kill. It's going to be a bit of an awkward shot for him, and so you could easily trade that out, and all of a sudden you have A site, and A site is horribly hard to retake. If you have somebody in ladder, they may die immediately, but at least you have the information that they're going ladder. If you have some guy playing E-box and he's holding ladder, this is a very good spot because he can hear if they're coming up. If they're back red, he can kill them. And we already have somebody from back green, back 6 train, getting the information that they are coming out T-con. So he can play right here, no problemo. The only problem is that you risk getting shot while crossing. That's the biggest issue. If you don't have a really good spawn for ladder, then you might get shot while crossing. A couple ways to prevent this from happening is have the person with the best spawn between your Z and ladder player throw a smoke. That will negate somebody killing you, no problemo, unless they push through the smoke. The other way to do it is by playing up on bomb train. If you hold this side of bomb train and just watch for somebody to come out and, like, I don't know, you could smoke it. And so if you smoke that and just watch for somebody to come out and have your Z player re-smoke it, then that will be a very, very, very effective setup. So that's the easiest, well, easiest way to win and lose CT side train, I've had a couple games where CT side is just dominating, and I'm like, man, this is easy. And then the next games, I'll play train, and CT side will be very lacking, and we'll lose horribly, and I'll be like, what happened? And if you go back and watch the demo, 99% of the time, it's because you don't have anybody that's willing to play close, willing to know that they're most likely going to die during an A hit, and they are the first rotator over to B, well, second rotator because you have the Z player. So nobody really wants to take that role because it's a dirty role, a grimy role where you know you're not going to get the best stats, but it wins the game. So in a perfect world, on the CT side, gun round, setup, I would want somebody here if they're rifling, back here so they can rifle if they come down. It's most likely going to be smoked right here. They can spray through it, they can molly, no problemo. So somebody playing back here, maybe off angle back here, depending on what they want to play, where they're most comfortable with, but they're not rushing sight, they're not trying to retake it until their teammates come out. Then, as the second player, I would want an opper. If you have a guy in ladder, I want the opper to play on bomb train. He could play back bomb train, he could play camera. I would prefer on bomb train just so they can get the swing from from back red to E-box, and they can also watch sandwich. So that's a big thing. The third player would either be on E-box, well behind E-box, or in ladder just chilling, and then the fourth and fifth player are down near Ivy. One player, well the fourth player would be focused on T-con, and the fifth player would be focused on Ivy. Depending on how much pressure they're putting Ivy, technically, yes, you could drop your Ivy player and just have your back 6 player, back green player play right here, and also periodically check in Ivy. Most likely, if they're going Ivy, they will make some sort of noise that you will be able to hear, or they'll throw some sort of utility so you'll have a hint that they're coming. They're probably not going to just walk out and swing on you, and if they do, that's going to be 1 out of 16 rounds, and that's not too bad. So if you do decide to play a solo person back green Ivy, this player then can go back red, not really peeking anything, just waiting for an execute and being a rotator. And by rotator I mean, so Z is the first rotator to be. So if the B player hears something, this Z guy who's holding this or he's up on bomb train, he will be the first one to fall off. He most likely will have an op, so he's going to post up on upper, or he can post lower depending on what stage of the B take they are on, or how much information you have. So he would be first rotator, and then if he does that, then the player that would be back red then goes and takes his spot, just so everything is covered. Make sure that you, and this is an overall tip, make sure that you know where your teammates are and what they are watching. As an IGL, I do check my mini-map way often than other people do, and that's just a habit that I've developed. As you can see, I have my mini-map spread all the way out so I can see where everybody is at any given time. And because of this, I'm able to peek off of my teammates better. I'm able to know what my teammates are doing so I can fill in the rest better. And I'm not left stranded on A and I'm like, where is everybody? And they've all either backed off because they're scared of the rush or something, and I get hung out to dry because I'm not looking at my mini-map. Lots of times you'll find that people don't really call all the information that they should call. They'll not like, oh, I saw somebody and you didn't actually say anything, but like they're falling off of, they're no longer holding T-con. Like if the opper is holding T-con and he's like, you know what, we heard some steps, ladder, so now I'm gonna hold ladder. He's not gonna, 9 times out of 10, he's not gonna be like, all right, holding ladder. Maybe at a higher level, but at a lower level, he's not gonna be like, I'm no longer holding T-con, I'm now holding ladder. He's not gonna say that. And so somebody playing either in ladder, let's say you're like this in ladder, if you're chilling like this and they walk out T-con, they can kill you. And you're like, well, I thought we were watching that. If you're looking at your mini-map and you see somebody adjusting, then this problem won't happen to you. Or if it does, you're like, why the fuck are you, I got ladder. And they're like, okay, and they go back to looking T-con. It's that simple. So overall, best CT side setup train is one player soloing B for gun round. I would suggest on pistol having 2 players B, just because it's a bit easier to retake. Pistol, if they get B side on pistol round, it's a bit challenging to retake it, especially because they may have a molly up there. But so, 1 player playing retake B, not trying to stop the plant, but just letting him have the plant and getting a kill whenever they approach you. 1 player up on bomb train, chilling out, holding the cross from back red to E-box. 1 player in what the fuck is it? Ladder? There we go. Pop dog ladder, same thing. Maybe with a shotty even he could do that, because even if he has to rotate B, he just goes up here and it's all close quarters. Okay. So 1 player there, and then the last 2 players watching this, and then watching that. So very simple. Make sure you look at your mini-map, boys. It really helps a lot. So again, hope you all had a great New Year's. Sorry for the rushed video. I'll get back to some better content soon. So thank you all for watching. Have a good day.